Hey guys, it's Lonnie. I'm in the shack today, as you can see, and I'm actually working on a few things that I bought last week. It's from the same guy, same source that I bought all the models from. If you looked, you've seen any of my recent videos, I have like a bunch of models and some other toys and stuff, Hot Wheels cars and all that kind of stuff. I bought all that stuff from the same guy, local source, a source that I met while garage sailing about a month ago, because he asked me, he said, hey, what are you gonna, because I was buying a bunch of stuff at his garage sale, and he said, hey, what are you gonna do with this stuff? And I said, oh, I sell on eBay, which is not an answer I've always given, or I will always give. Just depends on the situation. You got to feel it out, right? But I told him, I said, yeah, I sell on eBay, and he lit up. Because he's a collector, but he's got a full-time job. He's got a good full-time job, and he buys and sells, but he doesn't have time to deal with a lot of the minutia like I do. So he has accumulated a lot of stuff, and I've already bought from him about three or four times now, and I'm gonna actually meet with him again Friday to buy some more. So, and he's constantly getting new stuff in. He collects high-end toys, like real expensive G.I. Joes and other stuff like that. So whenever he does go make those buys, he comes across other stuff like those models that he doesn't mind quick flipping to make, you know, a few $100s fast, easy money. And then I get it, and then I go through the work and ship it out and list and all that stuff, and I make more. So, and he's cool with that. Like, he understands, and he has a full-time job. So anyway, I'm working with a few things, and I want to share a few of the things I picked up last week with y'all. And I got to get all this stuff listed. I've gotten most of it up, but I've got some smaller stuff here that I'm trying to deal with. Let me show you. So this is the stuff I'm working with right now. See this box right here? This box has a bunch of vintage Girl Scout stuff in it. Girl Scout, on this side there's patches, and on this side there's pins. Look, this thing is full of pins right here. So I'm gonna pull a couple of these out. And what I'm doing, like, there's no way I have time right now to sell like individuals of these. Like I said, I have stuff to list, and I'm gonna meet with the guy again this week to buy more. So I need to just go ahead and get this stuff listed, and I don't have much money into this, so I'm gonna make up lots. Like with this, I'm making up lots like this, that I'm gonna try and get 30 bucks, like for what you see on the black paper. That's my goal, is to get 30 bucks for that. We'll see. And I think I can make like probably 3 or 4 lots similar to this out of this box. That's how I'm going to handle that. Okay, so I've been working for a little bit on these, and I'm just making little lots of them. I have lot A and lot B, and I don't know, maybe 20 minutes I'm spending per lot, just laying them out like this. As you see here, I have another, this is going to be lot C. I have it all together, and I think I'm going to be able to squeeze one more lot out of this. So 4 lots total. But these 2 lots are already sold. While I was putting library aids down there, oh, I guess I need to cover her name up. But you can see that I got $67. This one person bought both lots for 30 bucks a piece plus shipping. So yeah, these sell pretty quick, and it's always a question on this kind of stuff, like time versus money. And I think, like, for me, I'm not saying for everybody, for me, the worst way to do it would be to, or a bad way to do it would be for me to list each one of these individually, even though you might be able to get $5 a piece. And I mean, you could see, like, it could be some big time profit if you put in the time. You can make a bunch of money that way over a long a lot of time invested and a lot of time waiting for the stuff to sell. Or I could have dumped them all on the table and sold them all as one big lot. And I don't think that would have been optimal. So I went in between, making several smaller lots. And I think it's going to work out pretty good. I'll probably end up, you know, I guess I'll end up getting about $120 plus shipping after it's all said and done. And this was bought, like I said, this is bought in a bundle. I bought this, a box full of old photographs, and a bunch of other pens and shit that I'll show y'all in a minute. And a car, I'll show y'all that too. Bought a bunch of stuff for like $100 from this guy. So yeah, I would say I have about probably about $20 into this Girl Scout stuff here. So it's going to end up being a nice little profit. Okay, so I got all the Girl Scout stuff listed, and these 3 are already sold. She's paid, same lady. Since the last time I came on camera, I was working on lot D, and lot C sold also. So she's paid $69. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. $99 so far for these 3. And I imagine she'll probably buy this other one. She probably just hadn't seen it yet. So yeah, these sold within minutes of listing though, which is always awesome. Let's see what we get into next. Okay. The 3rd, I just got the notification on my phone here. Not the 3rd, the 4th lot of Girl Scout stuff just sold. Lot D is sold now. So all 4 of these are sold to the same person, $29.99 a piece. And she paid $3.81 shipping on each one. So I'll probably send this, I don't know, this might be about 2 pound ship or something. I'll probably send that out, and I don't know, the shipping's going to be close. I might send her back a couple of bucks for the shipping. But yeah, that is an awesome flip. And this is not actually the first time that Girl Scout stuff is sold super fast like that for me. I've sold lots of stuff like this before, and I've had the same result where it's sold within an hour of listing. So if you see vintage Girl Scout stuff like that, or even newer stuff, and you can get a good price on it for the lot, pick it up. It sells fast. Okay, next up, this is part of the same bundle that I bought when I bought the Girl Scout stuff. This is ridiculous. This is a pretty good sized 10 here. But this, there ain't no telling how many pens are in here. There's these pens. This whole thing is full of pens. And the bottom here, you can see a bunch of pens too. Now these are probably going to be a little harder sell. But what we have here are Louisiana pens. This whole bag is full, and there's a lot of pens in here. Gee whiz. This bag is full, and each one of these pens, most of them anyway, are individual cities or towns in Louisiana. Grosse Tate, Louisiana, town of Livingston, historic Grand Coteau, city of Lake Charles. There's a Kiwanis pen. Kaplan, Louisiana, city of Alexandria, Lake Arthur, Louisiana. I mean, it's so many pens. I mean, it must have like most of the cities of any consequence, any cotton port on Bayou Rouge. There must be most of the cities in Louisiana are represented here. Pretty crazy. Who would want this? Church Point. Who would want this? I don't know. But I'm thinking I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did with the Girl Scout pens. I'll probably cut these up into lots, probably 4 or 5 lots, lay them out, bag them up, and do like a Louisiana lot A, B, C, D, E, something like that. And hey, maybe I can get 30 a piece for those too. I won't know if I don't try though. So yeah, this would actually make a good gift, I guess, maybe for somebody that collects pens. Man, these are so specific though. Louisiana, huh? I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think this is going to work out? Because I'm not sure. You don't know. You never know about stuff like this. This is a very specific thing. And pens can be hard to sell. That's been my experience. We'll see what happens. These are listed. So this last lot, which is D, is 62 pens. So that's a total of 212 pens across 4 lots. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time on this, and I don't know how successful this is going to be, and no, none of them sold while I was listing. So totally different thing than the Girl Scout stuff. But we'll see. Hopefully one of these days I'll be showing these on a sold video. Okay, next up. Starting to get bored out of my mind. You can only do so much of this. But I have these over here also. And then these that I've already laid out. This is 50 of them. I think I'm going to get probably this lot and then one more little bigger lot. These are all Lions Club pens. So how am I going to do on these? I don't know. I'm going to ask for like 30 bucks for these also though. And then I can move on to something else. Okay, so I got all of my pens and all that kind of junk listed along with a few other things, and I want to take a look at these pennants. I bought these pennants the other day too, same guy. It turned out to be a really good source actually, but I wanted to show y'all these because I was kind of surprised how valuable they were. I mean, I did pay up a little bit for them because I thought they probably have some value, but let's take a look at them. I paid 50 bucks for, is it 7 pennants or 6 or 7? So I've got a Missouri. This is a Missouri Sugar Bowl 1966. You can see right here, and then I have the same one right here. So I have 2 of those. I actually put this one up at auction, and I want to show y'all some of the prices on that particular pennant. Let's see. Let's look on the MacBook here. So here is Worth Point pulled up, and the prices are so all over the place. Look, this one, this is back in 2014. Says it sold for $750. Well, I would love to get that, but I don't think I will, because it also sold. This is from what, a little over a year ago. One sold for $60. This is in 2014, sold for $200. This is a different one. Look, 2016 though, this one sold for $500. But then all the ones that I see from like 2017, like here's one from 2017, that one sold for $50. And that's all the sales history we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So what I did with mine, let's see if I have it pulled up here. I think I do. Yeah, right here. I just did an auction, ran an auction, started it at $60. We'll see what happens. If nothing happens with it, then I'll just put it on a buy it now at like 50 bucks and let it go. But isn't that crazy how much the prices can change? So anyway, I listed that. And this is, pull this one out of here. This one's really cool. LSU Sugar Bowl. It doesn't say it on here, but it's from 1968. This exact same pennant has sold in the past for up to like $125 and down to $72. I put this one on auction too. This one, I listed it last night, starting at $75. And it has 4 watchers already, so maybe I'll get a bid. But if I don't, I'll just restart it at like a buy it now or whatever. This Atlanta Braves, this is from 1969. Take this thing off of here. The thing is, these are all in like great condition. This one's from 1969. I listed it at $40. That might be a little bit of a reach. I may have to, I should probably add a buy it, not a buy it now, a best offer to that one. This is a vintage Miami Dolphins pennant, 1967. And one thing that I noticed a lot of people wrote on this particular pennant is the single bar helmet, our single bar face mask, because John Cincinnati Picker actually had one from, I think, 1972, and it's actually got like 2 bars instead. So they changed the helmet design. What did I list that one at? $28, $27.99. And finally, this one's really neat too. I love the graphics on it. Houston Astros, and check out this this logo. It's really neat. That's different from most of the other Houston Astros logos you see. But there are some pretty good sold. There's enough sales history on this particular pennant to where I didn't even need to run an auction. I just started this one, or didn't start it. I listed it at $74.99. Buy it now. So some pretty good value. And then I have the other Missouri. This is just like the other one, but I didn't want to list them at the same time, so just waited. But yeah, some pretty good value here. I have $50 into these 6 pennants, but I think I'm going to see a pretty good return, and the condition on these is excellent. That's one of the reasons I felt pretty comfortable about buying them. Okay, gang, it is much later in the day. Hello, Candace.
Hi.
And we just got finished playing trivia at Movie Tavern here behind us. How'd we do?
We ended up coming in 4th place.
Out of how many teams?
6?
5.
5.
It was the worst we've ever done. And the bad thing is, we've got the final question. We bet the max, and we got it all right. We're the only team to get it all right, but we were still out of the money.
Yep.
That's how bad we did. We got 1 question right in the 2nd round.
It was our worst night ever.
Yeah, but that's
so
all right.
We're kind of bummed, but we still had fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was fun, but it's just like, I'm used to winning. So next week. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will see y'all next time. Bye.
Good night.